Hi again, Rampage fans. Dan Weiss, along with the new head coach of the San Antonio Rampage, Dean Chynoweth. We're beginning the 14th season of San Antonio Rampage hockey, and it's a new era as the Rampage embark on year one of a 5-year agreement with the Colorado Avalanche. Coach, we welcomed you to San Antonio when you were here back in the summer, but I guess this is now more of the official welcome, and I have to say you did it the right way by staying out of San Antonio in the months of June, July, and August. Because it was quite a toaster one here.
Well, it sure has been even since I've been here, so I can't imagine what it was like then.
You know, they always say when you don't make the playoffs, it's a long summer, it's a frustrating summer. But has this summer been a little bit different because, maybe even exciting, because of the anticipation of coming to San Antonio, starting this new agreement with Spurs Sports and Entertainment, and relocating your family and everyone and kind of getting situated here?
Well, it has been. I think there's two ways to look at it. Obviously, when you don't make the playoffs, it's disappointing from not only a team standpoint, but organizationally. And the one thing that's evolved over my years with Colorado has been the depth and the development of the younger players. When you draft in the top 5 every year, you rarely get to see the first-round draft pick. And I think what you're going to end up seeing is more and more teams want to develop those guys in the American Hockey League. And generally it's the later picks. It's the picks that, you know, after 5 on that you get to see and the fans get to grow an identity with. So we've started to have that a little bit more here than my first few years, and that's one reason I'm excited. The group that I've had is fairly consistent, having them back. As much as we didn't make the playoffs, some guys really made some huge strides last year. So you're always excited to see them going in the next year of if they can continue at that pace and trend in the right direction.
How much does that help, having much of the group back from last year, especially when you consider maybe the other challenges of everything beyond the ice, coming to San Antonio and starting in a new situation?
Well, there will be challenges with that, but to answer your question, I think that the familiarity, they know me, I know them. We're going to see a few new guys mixed in that group that we did see on a short-term basis, like the Chris Bigras, the Mason Gertsons, that finished their season with us last year. And then you get into you know, Colorado having some depth where we may see some guys that were playing in the NHL having to come down here to either get their career back on track or make an impression to get another opportunity. So that's always exciting.
You guys made a late push to get into the playoffs at the end of last season. What was the biggest stride that you took as a team from the beginning of the season to the end of the year?
Well, our identity took quite a while to shape, and I think all coaches will tell you that you can do certain things from team building, you can create a certain structure, and you never know when that identity is going to take shape, where the players embrace it, and you know, it becomes a regular in your game each and every night, and even your practices. And you know, by the second half of the season, we were hard to play against.
What would you say as we get ready here for these preseason games coming up, and then, you know, eventually opening night in Texas, but further down the road opening night at the AT&T Center, the tenor of the group of wanting to play in San Antonio, being in the AT&T Center and experiencing that as a visitor, but now getting a chance to enjoy it from a home side, having that as your own fans, how excited do you think the group is to get going?
They're excited. I mean, I've talked to all of them. We told them last year when the move was happening that this was going to happen, and if you were fortunate enough to have a contract or be a part of it moving forward, that it was going to be a tremendous setup. Not only is the area great, they're in the top, I think last year, top 7 in attendance in the league. We got spoiled in Cleveland a little bit with the attendance, but every game we played in here was exciting. The fans were rowdy, they were entertained, they were, you know, into the game. So there's hockey fans, and our guys know that, and they appreciate that. The one thing that is great at the American Hockey League level is the interaction with the fans and the players and the community service that the guys do. I think it's a great stepping stone for those players, that if they ever do get a chance to go to the NHL, that you don't forget about those things, and you still have the interaction with the fans, you still have the community partnerships that you do in the hospital visits that are part of giving back and part of being a professional hockey player.
Coach, as always, thanks for the time. Looking forward to a great year.
All right, thanks, Dan.